Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing real well and everything like that. I realize I just said everybody 3 times, now 4 times, but I'm excited. This is show number 7. Sometimes you don't know if you're going to get to 7. I knew I was going to get to 7. I was hoping I would still have people's interest by then. But as you can tell, not sporting the board check again this week. This actually just recently got delivered to me if you want to check it out from my buddies at Sauce and Biscuits. We're going to get to them in a second because not only do they make this killer shirt that I'm wearing, but once again, they helped with this logo. So now you need to go check them out at Sauce and Biscuits. I've been telling you to do it anyway, but this is now one of the official board check logos. I really appreciate it, guys. You need to go get a shirt. They just had a killer sale. They're always having good sales and everything anyway. Great quality stuff. Go check those guys out. But let's jump right into not only the Chicago Wolves, but this is going to involve the Kalamazoo Wings. This is going to involve the Idaho Steelheads, and it's going to involve the Vancouver Canucks, who have been very, very busy recently with everybody but their pro players, because obviously still a lockout. We'll hit that in a minute. But for right now, the Chicago Wolves are 2-4-1-1 in their last 8 games. That's not real good. They've had just some unlucky breaks here and there. Things happen. Sometimes you get on a little bit of a skid. They're turning the corner as we speak right now. They actually got a game coming up Wednesday night, which will be tomorrow night, because I filmed this late Tuesday. Sorry, but Wednesday night they'll actually have a game coming up. I believe you can catch it online. Plus, it may be on some cable outlets actually. I believe here in Georgia we're actually going to get to see it. It's going to be really cool. But let's get to some of the Canucks' busy activity. Their goalie, Joe Canada, hope I said that right, Joe. I apologize if I didn't. But Joe was with the Kalamazoo Wings. He was recently moved down to the Chicago Wolves. Not that it's a downgrade to go to the Wolves, but as far as the Canucks are concerned, it is. Um, right now he has a record of 2-3 with a 3.62 goals against average, and he's got a save percentage of .892. That's not that good. He's having a rough patch, and those are just in 5 games. I mean, like I said with them, just like with the Wolves, they're in the process of turning the corner. You just gotta kind of get stuff together. Sometimes it's okay to just clear your mind and just start over. But normally he is 59, 46, and 16 overall with a 2.47 goals against average and a .915, and that's out of 122 games save percentage. That's a lot better number. He's just on a rough patch right now. That's why they brought him down to Chicago, where he can kind of recharge the batteries a little bit. Look at maybe some different faces shooting at him for a little while, and then get the call right back up. We may even see him in Vancouver if they play this year. We'll get to that again. But like I said, the goalie Joe Canada was brought down to the Wolves from Kalamazoo. I'm sure they appreciate it. And left wing Darren Archibald from the K-Wings is also going to be a Chicago Wolf. Right now, he has 6 goals and 7 assists for 13 points in 8 games. That's pretty good. I believe he's tied for second on the K-Wings at the moment, but he'll be coming to the Wolves, so the stats will start all over. They don't roll over because it's different leagues. And forward Stefan Schneider will be going from the Wolves to the K-Wings as part of this swap. Can't have so many players, so somebody had to go, and Stefan happened to be the one to get the call up. Should work out well for all teams. And then last but not least, defenseman Jeremy, not spelled the same way as me, Jeremy Blaine. He's coming from the Idaho Steelheads to the Wolves. He currently has 14 points right now. That's 4 goals and 10 assists. He's a killer defenseman. He's going to make their blue line solid. Not that it's not solid, but he's going to add a lot of depth and just really kind of revitalize, like the fresh face sometimes will just really kick things into high gear. But in case you do want to check out anything Chicago Wolves, at Chicago_Wolves, you can catch them on Twitter. They're on Facebook. You can look up their website, ChicagoWolves.com. Lockout news. Right now, the NHL and the NHL Players Association have brought in mediators, federal mediators, to hopefully help, try to hash things out and make it where we can actually have a season this year. The problem is that especially the NHL, but parts of the Players Association really do not want to deal with mediators so much. They just did this as kind of a the next step in the process. Let's hope everything works out though, because we all want to see some action here soon. But in case you can't see any action, you can always check out the Wolves, the Gladiators, KSU when they're playing. Any of these other teams that are playing right now. We'll actually hit some other teams later. But there's always hockey action out there, especially if you hit the internet. You can catch about any game anywhere, sometimes for a small fee, but it's in order to see live hockey, wouldn't you pay to see it anyway? But let's hope they work out all the lockout news and everything, because I'd be excited to see everybody back again and hopefully the Rangers with a cup. Switching to the Gladiators. Gladiators are currently 14-4-1. That's in 19 games for 29 points. They are the top of their division. They're pretty busy this week. Tomorrow night they have a game against the Fort Wayne Comet, and that's in Gwinnett, and that's a 7:05 game. They also play the Comets on Friday night. That's a 7:35 game, and then they're in South Carolina to face the Stingrays at 7:05 on Saturday. All three of those games are going to be really good. They're always tight. They play real hard. It's worth going to see. A little bit of news on them. Their goalie Mike Lee had his second shutout of the season against the Orlando Solar Bears this week, or actually last week. And on Thanksgiving, they improved their record to 4-4 and two overtime losses. That's actually going to put them at 500 all time. They are 1-0. They were 1-0 this year because they beat Orlando on Thanksgiving. It was a good game. I hope you went out to it. They raised a lot of money, did some food charity work and everything, and it's always a good time out there. And if you want to follow the Gladiators, you can go to at GWT Gladiators or GwinnettGladiators.com. Either way, you can follow them. Let me give a small plug to Inside Edge Hockey Atlanta, and that is at Inside Edge ATL. They are a local hockey store out in Duluth, and the reason I really want to give them a plug is because they sponsor the team of my social media shout out. My social media shout out this week comes from Nick Mullins. That's at HockeyNick23. He plays for the Zombie Apocalypse. It sounds interesting. And if you can see this jersey, this is a killer jersey. Nick, I'm going to have to get with you about maybe trying to get one of these. These are awesome. Everybody would want to play for the Zombie Apocalypse if they had the talent. It's good that you're playing, though. But since it's a social media shout out, Nick says the NHL is currently locked out, and many players are playing in leagues in Europe, like the KHL. When the lockout ends, do you think some will continue to play overseas? Honestly, I think some of them are going to stay because hockey players in general are very loyal people. They like to stick with organizations. Now, that's not saying that, the Zdeno Charas and the Alexander Ovechkins are going to stay over in Europe when they can come back over here and play on their respective teams. But some of these, second or third line guys who may not necessarily get to be, get the chance to be the top dogs on a team may decide to stay over there in order to be loyal to the team and get a better opportunity to showcase their talents. Having a little technical difficulties. See if we can fix this real quick. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you're going low budget. Nothing we can do about it. But once again, great question, Nick. And like I said, a lot of the not necessarily the top stars, I believe they'll come back over here, but maybe some of the second and third line guys that are emerging stars even, or some of these guys out of college that didn't get a chance to get drafted or to get on to one of the minor teams that went over there to play. A lot of them are going to stay and do that. A lot of them have done that over the years, and I believe, we'll keep kind of a head count as to who stays and who goes. But I absolutely think a lot of people, or some of them, will stay over there. Great question, Nick. We look forward to hearing from you again. And as always, if you want to be the social media shout out, you can hit me at BoardCheck or at the Impact 99 with your question. You can hit me on Facebook as well or YouTube. You can drop me a line and everything. Just let me know. We'd love to hear from you. any hockey related question really, and some questions that aren't. Quickly, we'll go over to the Fighting Owls. That's at KSU Hockey. Right now, they are still on their winter break, all the way up till January, the beginning of January. However, on Friday, December 7th, that's coming up. That's a week from this Friday, at Highlands Bar and Grill in Kennesaw is hockey night. Now, it's from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. During that 4-hour block, anything you get, anything you order there, any kind of food or anything like that, a percentage of your bill for the night will go to straight to the hockey team, where they can help, try to, buy equipment and maintain their stuff, be able to travel and go to all these games everywhere. And it's really expensive trying to pay for it, and that's why they have their sponsors and they do all these fundraisers and deals in order to go help them out. Just come drop by between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Friday, December 7th. Board check will be there for a little while. Come by and say hello to us, meet some of the players. Everybody will be having a good time out there, and Highlands has already got great food. They're actually right beside Town Center Mall. If you know where Town Center Mall is, it's pretty hard to miss Highlands. You need to just come out and check them out. And like I said, as always, you can catch me at the Impact 99 or at Board Check. And we appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you next week.